Hey everybody, Damo here, Charter Connection Fishing Charters and the Charter Vessel Diversity out of Gulf Harbour. It's a little after 6 AM on Saturday morning and it looks like a very nice morning indeed. If I pan around you'll see out in the Gulf there, she is shiny and flat, and that is always a very good thing. The boat's just come back from refueling there, so we'll be loading some passengers in about 20 minutes and we'll be back out to the Gulf. Now the fishing out in the Gulf has been pretty spectacular. Early season spring influx has certainly made its presence felt, and I don't know if you can see over here, well you can't because you're looking at my ugly face, but if you look over here back behind me, the Gulf Harbour boat ramp has a queue that goes probably 15 to 20 boats back now, so yeah, the last time I saw that the Gulf certainly filled up with idiots real fast, so play safe out there team, and try and keep out of each other's way. Jesus. Anyway, so what's been happening before I get totally frustrated with it? The snapper are literally on the Gulf Harbour Marina doorstep here. In fact, just out here behind me, there have been very good numbers of fish caught just on the corner of the point, and there have also been extremely good catches coming from the area between Tiri and Rakino, Tiri and the Noises, and Tiri and the Ahas. Anywhere through that area has been absolutely spectacular with fishing. Huge numbers of fish, and I mean easily catching 100 fish a day. Some days a little slower, or they're a bit more reliant on bite time, so you might find the afternoons are better at the moment, is what we've found, so keep that in mind, although these guys are pretty keen to get up this early and go, so they should have a pretty good day too. The other areas that have been really hot have been Whangaproa Bay. The big black and white longliner has been in there, and when the big black and white longliner, the Sand something or other, I forget his name, when they're in there, they're running probably 2,500 hooks, and they will be catching a poultice of fish. So if you see them around, there is definitely some fish around. Also, there's been a number of other longliners in there as well, chasing down that prime export market fish and that beautiful condition fish. And they have been working Whangaproa Bay, south of Carwell, all through Motuora, even right inside down towards the Maharangi there, and out off Tyndall's Bay to Motuora, that sort of line there. Very good at fishing in there at the moment too, so getting amongst that lot, pardon me. We have been crossing the cable, the telecom cable. You must not fish inside the telecom cable area. I've got a funny feeling that somebody will be made to pay this year, because the amount of people fishing inside this area is absolutely ridiculous. I know there's workups in there, I know there's a bit of broken ground and stuff in there, but somebody is going to end up paying by fishing in there. So in fact, over in the bay just now, the big Coast Guard boat is over there, and I know that Customs fly the plane pretty regularly this time of year, because there's a lot of overseas boats and stuff coming in. So Cable Patrol and Customs, I think, share the plane or something. Some have some arrangement like that, and they will swoop in you, take a photo of you, and if they catch you as a recreational angler, you can expect a $10,000 fine, or possibly losing your boat or some other horrible outcome. And for us commercially, it is very, very tempting to fish in there, but we do not, and the fines for us commercially are extremely steep, including up to imprisonment. So if you see a workup in there and you're fishing on the back of Diversity, don't even think that we're going to go in there and fish, because we will not, and you should not either. So let's all play by the rules and everybody will be alright. I know that fell on deaf ears, I really do, because right now there's probably somebody fishing it just around the corner there, and there's probably a workup in there too, because they tend to hang around in there. The area's never had a trawl net through it, not in the last sort of 10 or 20 years. So therefore there's probably a lot of structure on the bottom, a lot of weed and bits and pieces like that that hasn't been touched by a trawl net, hasn't been knocked flat, and also attracts a lot of bait fish, and which in turn attracts a lot of predatory fish. So think of it as a marine reserve, and by not fishing in there you're doing your bit to stay out, and you're doing your bit to conserve the fishery. So think of it like that. Okay, now other hot areas have been just out from Gannett Rock and into the Firth. They've been pretty hot in there. Also starting to get a bit more fish just down over here towards Rangitoto as well. So not quite really firing in there yet on those worm beds, but certainly not that far off. Other areas, east of the telecom cable from Flat Rock and down on the long 50-metre finger that's on the chart there, you'll see that if you have a bit of a nosy, been quite a bit of fish through there. Also east of Takatu, that same sort of 50-metre line, 54 metres through there. There's also a bit of broken ground up there, so if things go quiet you can go and snaff a few teraki. 5 Mile Reef has a few kingies on it. Anchorite has 500 boats on it right now, and they're all jigging for kingfish that are 60 centimetres long, so don't waste your time going there unless you're going to be the first one there in the morning or the last one there at night. You may get a decent fish out of it, just a bit early for that. Been a lot of fish over towards Fantail Bay still, basically anywhere in the Gulf. They just aren't under the harbour bridge yet, so if you come outside Rangitoto, outside Motatapu, outside Rakino, and sort of get out in the open there a bit, you will catch fish. It's pretty much a dead cert at the moment. They're all committing suicide, they're all jumping on hooks, everybody's a snapper expert and or a fishing expert, and you will do well. The things that have been going particularly well for us have been the jitterbug in pink, the jitterbug in candy apple green. Also, I see a couple of guys on the interwebs. Yes, you can use the interwebs for other things other than searching for porn. You can use it for finding out fishing information and going to the fishing.net website and getting some valuable information from contributors like myself and from Chris off the boat behind me and from other charter operators and generally just some good buggers out there. Like Paul Senior and some of those other guys that are pretty proactive in the fishery here in Auckland. They will share information, they will share tips and tricks, but what I found on there was also the jitterbug in the leopard colour, which is white with black dots. Doesn't really look like a leopard colour, but I guess the black dots is the one there. Again, a pretty good lure, and we've been using these on the drift in 100 grams, so keep that in mind. 80 grams will do it if your drift is slow, 100 grams will do it if the drift is a little faster. Also, Gulp Squid Vicious has been good this week. Also the Trigger X baits squirt plenty of the juice on them. I'm not a great fan of a soft bait that you have to squirt juice on to make it work anyway. You might as well just use a bait, but they've been working pretty good. Also pretty good colours and bait. New Zealand pilchards and Californian squid. The Loligo squid has been about the best of it so far as bait goes. Also jack mackerels that we catch live, put them in the tank on diversity, and we either beat them up and stick them back down as a bleeding bait, or we'll fire them back down as a live bait, and live baits have been pretty good in a work-up situation, so you want to get involved there. I'm going to go and get involved with loading some passengers on the boat and getting them all organised. As you can see, the queue gets longer and longer, and as that gets longer and longer, the patience will get shorter and shorter, and the idiot and everybody will come out and go out into the Gulf for the day. So beware and try and stay as safe as you can out there. Have some very cool stuff coming up, and we also have a new sponsor coming up as well, so you'll be seeing some pretty cool stuff, including underwater footage of I'm not going to tell you all that, you have to wait and see. Stay tuned, get out in the Gulf today, it's going to be mint. The conditions are absolutely perfect, and it's going to stay that way all day, and it's only going to rise to probably northerly tomorrow night. Make the most of it. This is Damo from the Charter Connection Fishing Charters. You can catch us at Diversity-Fishing. You can also catch us on board the Good Ship Diversity. You can also see us at charterconnection.co.nz. Pop at a top catch, pick yourself up some Trigger X, some jitterbugs, some gulp. They've got some New Zealand pilchards in there. They've also got the Loligo squid in 10 kg blocks, that's what we use. They've also got it in free flow bags at 3 kgs, that's what we use also. So yeah, get out there and get stuck into it.